to see you.
Good morning, sweethearts. Hey.
It's lovely to see you again.
Yeah, lovely to see you, Alexis, Sander. So cool,
Yes,
so cool.
it's
So this was, the impulse was arising here. Stupid, impulsive, Rosie booming. I saw Alexis doing the beautiful zooms and like seeing the face, the smile, like this. I don't know what it is. I just love it. I grabbed my phone and directly, I just love it.
well, there was an idea to do a
Yeah.
follow-up, right? After the last meeting. I mean, it
Oh,
was
okay.
somewhere in the summer. But you seem to be very busy, Alexis. Maybe you want to share a little bit about all the projects there. You were to Black Mountain, I guess, in the summer. You've been traveling around. Maybe you want to share a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, it's in a timeline, it's really blew up. I've been going to different places. There's been a European tour happening. There was America and elsewhere. And there's obviously online meetings, one-to-ones happening, and most of the one-to-ones are not recorded, so no one gets to know about that. On an odd occasion, someone will say yes, but that seems to be a rare occasion. And yeah, no, lots of administration and phone calls. It's all going on, yeah,
Cool.
and having chats with people and everything else that seems to happen in between. It's all good fun.
Good.
Nice. Yeah, beautiful. What about your working with the children?
Oh yeah, that's still happening. Yeah,
Oh,
it's lovely.
wow. Amazing.
Mm,
Busy girl?
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Mm. Might
How
be coming to Sweden, by the way.
You're coming to Sweden?
are you?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I've been invited to Sweden by a friend who's into this, and yeah, we might make some meetings happen there. I've never been to Sweden. I've been to Norway and Iceland, and I like Scandinavia, so I would like to do that. That'll be in February if you're interested.
Uh,
Hmm.
February. Well, maybe, who knows? But I guess it's the southern part, right?
If you're interested, we could meet up anyway. Like, I'm not suggesting that, you'd
No,
have to
I
come to the
know, no,
meetings,
I
but
know, I
it'd be
know.
nice to meet up.
Yeah, yeah, it would be nice. I guess it's Stockholm, right? Somewhere there in that area, southern part, Sweden.
Probably,
Yeah,
probably. I don't know for sure, but I need to find out where this person is actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I
Cool.
can do some advertisement, please let me know
Mm, yeah,
for the show.
yeah,
With the,
yeah,
Nice. That's so cool.
yeah.
yeah,
Here is
sorry, go.
I would love to come also to fly over, sweetheart, just to visit you and of course seeing you, Alexis.
Mm,
But I guess I have to prioritize first of all my new job
yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Where are you based again, Rosa, by the way? I've forgotten.
in Germany,
Oh, okay. And whereabouts in Germany?
in the Hanover. It's in the northern part, not like close to Hamburg.
Yeah. Is it a mil it's not a million miles away from Berlin, is it?
No, no, no.
Quite
It's quite
close.
close.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not too far away. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll be coming there again anyway, so
Cool, cool, cool.
mm.
Maybe I can hop over and see you.
Yeah.
Cool, Alex.
And you guys are doing a lot of meetings as well, aren't you?
Come again?
You guys are doing a lot of meetings as well, aren't you?
Um,
A lot
yeah,
of
Well,
conversations and things.
well, it's been quite easy going when it comes to the talks with like you and other speakers, so to say. But there are the Tuesday meetings and the Sunday meetings, with the yeah, this
good
mostly
friends.
it's the same people showing up
Mm.
every week, and yeah, it's quite fun. It was actually the last 2 weeks there was no meeting here. There was also being sick. I was to the south of Sweden and I came home with a fever, which may happen because yeah, where I live, there are not many people, and then suddenly being in the big city, in the metro stations, and in theaters and all that. So, but anyway, so there was no meeting. But I think the first Tuesday in January there will be a meeting again. So yeah, meetings seems to still be going on, although there is, I noticed there's a less interest.
Mhm.
Of course, this plays freely, and whatever it may be very intense. It can be very intense again. This joy for sharing, the directness of whatever seems to be happening. But it was quite easygoing, I would say, Alexis. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, nice.
There's no yeah, there's no control. It's clear, this is just playing freely, and these interests, although there's a love for sharing the directness and the simpleness of whatever, it's just simply this. It is just coming and going, I would say, as far as it
Mhm.
seems. So
Mhm.
basically with everything.
And do you get any livelihood out of that at all, or is it completely? I mean, does anyone donate to
Oh
you? Or
yeah, there are donations actually. um yeah, there are people wanting to donate sometimes,
yeah,
which is
that's nice then.
beautiful. Yeah, it's yeah, what to say.
Oh,
And Zanderlingen, sweetheart, how is it like? I fell in love with your movies, when we met. This was like here, the suggestion, please do a movie. And you did, and I was directly, oh. And but this impulse is still playing out that you're going to record movies,
Well, I don't
videos.
know. It's hard to say. There was this was also very intense. Sometimes making a couple of movies a day, and then suddenly just this whole
Mm,
interest just dissolved, and I was just playing with
yeah.
thoughts and energy spent in other things. Innocently, I would say, but yeah, it's hard to say. It was already seen that as spontaneously as this sharing or this talking about non-duality arose, it can also just simply dissolve, which is fine.
hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
free to
And
be whatever it seems to be. I would say, the
would you say that you are sharing about non-duality,
well, I don't
or
know. I mean, there isn't a thing called non-duality to begin with, but just for the sake of communication, we can.
I have the sense, I always have the sense when listening to you that it's more like about no
No
separation.
separation. Well, but
Like there
I
is
mean,
no separate you from it. It's always like how it comes over here. So it's not like this non-duality, even though it's in a way under the umbrella of non-duality.
well, I would say non-duality means, not two, but I would say not two, neither one. I mean,
Hmm.
but then again, it's all just semantics and words. I mean,
Mm.
some may say it's the unspeakable, but well, I would say no
Alexis,
separation. There's no one as a separated, solidified you as a doer of this, you
Mhm.
know. Um, so yeah, some say there's no me. I would say that, I would say there's no separated me doing the meing or the being or this, But then again, at a certain point, everything seems to be said and done. And what left is what already was just simply this.
and not even. I'm in love and with not even. Alexis, sweetheart, what is now? I'm very happy that your channel is booming and you're so active there, and the people love you obviously, and I love it. So what would you say when I ask you what's the what's the, in a way, reason behind doing this? Is it a joy or connecting with people, sharing? What would you say?
Well, there's no real reason behind it in the sense of this is going somewhere else or coming from somewhere. There is a sort of passionate joy that seems to express as communicating happens and listening happens and talking and meetings. It's fun. There's a lot of fun in that, it seems. It seems to be the inclination of this character, this body, to talk and express and communicate. And yeah, it's fun, and there's a preference to do that. The body seems to prefer to do that rather than to be teaching this, that, and the other to other people. That's just naturally how the preference seems to be. Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah, beautifully
And there's a
said.
lot of love and joy and talking with other people,
Yes.
and meeting up with character,
Yes.
and going to other places. It's a lot of fun.
Also
It's
the
very
traveling is also nice, isn't it?
yeah,
Yes.
really nice.
Cool. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, like how you say it. It's just, there's a certain preference, and the preference is just simply this.
yeah,
Um, I would say innocently so. Like you say, there's just a preference. This body or this physical system seems to have the preference to sit and to meet and to interact with other so-called bodies. Yeah,
Mm.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. And when I see you, Alexis, I always see this joy. Yeah, it's a joy. You're just radiating this. I can see it, and I love it. I just love it. Just seeing this, and yeah.
Mm.
And with Xander, comparing, it's in a way I'm not seeing this joy there
It doesn't matter.
when
Well, that's okay.
it's like yeah, it's not like I cannot see it there with Xander, sweetheart. There, it's uh, well, it's a different energy, and it's very dry, you can say, and but at the same time, it's infectious. It's just like, totally pure, raw, honest, direct, even though it's about nothing.
Yeah.
That's the joke. That's the joke. And I totally love it. Yeah. This hasn't changed
Yeah.
since I know you.
Well, I find Sander very, very warm and approachable, and very easygoing and laid back. And there's very sweet energy happening. Yeah, it's a
Totally.
very comfortable. Yeah, yeah. Lovely character, lovely expression. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alexis.
Mhm. Shall we say what we like about Rosa now?
Yeah, well, let's start. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Always
Yeah.
full of
Yeah.
joy and booming, she would say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I agree.
I cannot. I cannot hear. I was yesterday. I had a chat with Tony, and
All right. You called Tony on the phone, did you?
sorry, Tony.
Wait.
No, no.
Son.
You mean Tony?
Which Tony are we talking about?
Is there? Alexis is knowing only one Tony. Rosa knows two Tonys, Tony Daniels and Tony Guri. I guess you mean Tony Parsons.
Yeah, apologies. Yeah, carry on.
I think no, it's all good. I think Tony Parsons is so sweet. I also totally love him the way he is booming. But no, it was Tony Daniels yesterday. And I don't know, Alexis, have you heard of Karel Renz?
I've heard of him. I'd never listened to him.
Okay. And while listening to him, he performs in German and English. I don't know what it is. It's exactly how I would go for it. Of course, not totally, but and the thing which I totally love is when he says, like be the asshole you already are.
Oh.
You know, like bringing it to the point. Sorry, sweetheart, but I just love it because I always said, no matter when I was in this seeking mood, trying to like not being happy with what is, just trying to go somewhere else, no matter what. I was just like, well, I can only be myself. There is no fucking escape. I can only be myself no matter what. And this in a way stayed totally. This was the only thing which wasn't changing. And hearing him, he is in a way exactly saying there is simply no escape. And of course, I cannot go with Xander like this because there was never a sense of a me. If I say to him, be simply what you are or whatever, it's not going to, yeah, I guess. But for me, it's totally the thing. Just be completely what you are, who you are, whatever you think you are, just this, full on. So, and this is, I guess, for me, the biggest joy. If we can say, that's it. Maybe what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, the channel, I call it also an art channel, loving to just to share pictures, the videos from Zanderlinchen, those chats with friends. That's it. Just,
I mean, be
yeah, I
as
don't
you
know.
are sort of sounds like an instruction, really. It sounds like it's talking to someone, but if there's not a separate user in a body, then what's that talking to? Yeah.
For me, it's totally
It's just coming.
abracadabra, you know. But I understand a little bit what you are trying to point. I would go with Alexis on this one. For me, these things, you know, it's the same with all the instructions. Like you have to find yourself, love yourself, and be yourself.
Yeah.
I never really got those types of instructions because I never found something else than this, nor I found this already. So it's, I mean, who would be there to be something? Who would be there to be more him or herself in the absence of something else, you know, which you can be,
Yeah.
or you to be something already? I mean, it's just simply not happening. Although these things, these type of instructions seems to be very loved by certain so-called people, you know, and
It's it's not it's not an instruction to be what you are, but it makes no sense. I know. I just wanted to share this
but
in a
it
simple
gives the
story.
idea that there is you
I
able to
know.
do something or to become
I
something,
know.
to stay something,
I
which
know. And here is no, and it's hurt is it's hurt. When there is an idea that I should, yeah, then that's it. Here is no attempt to change anything. It's just coming out very
And
straight.
of course, no one's saying
And
that either. No one's saying be as you are or find your true nature or whatever. Yeah. It's all nothing speaking. Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
cool.
I mean, so, you know, some would say there's just, you know, there's just this, and we can say, of course, there's just the self, or there's just this, or you can call it awareness, or nothing, or everything, and at the same time. But there's no separated self to become the self or to stay the self, or, you know, there's no separated this able to become this or to stay this. There isn't even an actual this to be found as an actual, you know, something in time and space as a solidified object, you know. There are just simply no things to be
Yeah.
found.
Not even a real self to fall away.
Not even a real self to fall away or to be as it is. But yeah, that's, you know, at the same time, if that is what seems to be loved, then that is just simply what seems to be loved and liked, you know, innocently so, until it doesn't, until it just crashes or dissolves into the next so-called story, which is never actually happening. But yeah. Yeah, you see it a lot. I mean, how's it in the meetings? Is there a lot of I wonder because you hear sometimes speakers talk about their meetings, their live meetings, and is there a lot of how you call it, resistance? Is there a lot of resistance to the message? When you're doing meetings around the world and in different countries, is there a lot of resistance? People standing up and leaving the room, or
No, not so much. I mean, sometimes there is, that's how it goes. But no, anything can happen.
yeah,
But there's not, yeah, it's not happened for this for the meetings that I've been doing. Yeah, it's not been quite as dynamic and explosive as people slamming doors or shouting or swearing or attacking or anything like that. On occasion, you'll get something interesting coming along, but no, there's for the most part there seems to be a lot of joy, a lot of laughter, a lot of you know energetic expressions which can't be described or explained. And yeah, it's all quite wonderfully, remarkably meaningless. Yeah, and absolutely complete already as it is.
yeah, beautiful.
Cool. Yeah, I cannot imagine like going on a live meeting with Alexis, just knowing what she's doing, and then booking and going there in order just to say, "Oh my gosh, I hate it. I go now." Because I cannot imagine this because you're on YouTube. It's obvious what you're doing,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
why should I go there in order to leave?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Most of the people, if not all of the people who have come to in-person meetings have at least saw a video
Yeah,
to
exactly. And
beforehand.
there is maybe just the impulse to see you live and to exchange, to be together. And I guess it's a
Mm.
beautiful energy. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be quite, although obviously having no meaning, but quite profound. The energy that can seem to appear out of nowhere is no thing. There's palpable
Mm,
quality to that, which again can't be talked about really. There's just talking and listening seeming to happen, and then silence and tears and laughter and whatever else. But beyond all of that is quite an indescribable sort of resonating seeming to happen, which doesn't belong to anyone, of course. It's not like anyone's responsible for that. It's just a dynamic, inexpressible wholeness
Mm. Yeah.
beyond comprehension. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Mm. Mm.
Hey, and any plans, Alexis, for the new year?
A lot of plans.
Maybe Sweden,
Yeah.
maybe some other plans, maybe new website, YouTube. Tell us, you want to share something?
Uh, okay, well, yeah, I mean, we've got Lindau, which is southern Germany, in February, and then after that, I might head over to Sweden, um, and then there's Vietnam. Um,
Mm.
I'll probably go back to America again to four states for a 4 week tour in the summer holidays, and yeah, just other things happening, meetings and that, and
Cool.
I'll be going to Pax Lodge in February to see it to hang out with Tony again. And other people there. Yeah, all sorts.
Hey,
Beautiful, Alexis. Beautiful.
Vietnam, it's the same place like Andreas Mahler is going to?
Yes, yes, it would be. Andreas, Kenneth, and Rose. I think they've all been there.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a guy that we're friends with who invites us, and it's a nice sort of weekly event and lots of fun and the beach. I mean, the place looks gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Mm.
Beautiful,
What
sweetheart.
about you? What about you guys?
Uh,
Here is, here it's not much. It's just ordinary life.
Mhm.
Taking care of my child, working, earning money, very nice. Just doing this just to me to share, you know, the joy with friends and
Mhm.
well, nothing with this. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sander?
Well, no plans as so far. You know, I'm not the planning type of character, so to say. But yeah, you know, anything may just simply pop up. That's the beauty. Um,
Do you do any traveling or?
well, not too much. I'm quite homebound, you know, just because of practicality. There's a lot of stuff to be done here,
Mhm.
especially now with winter, snow shoveling and taking care of the dogs, which is just taking a lot of the time. And my wife not being physically fit, so it just ask, you know, there's a certain need to stay around. So, but maybe in the summer, you know, anything can happen, you know, spontaneously, like a small trip to the southern part, to France. Um, yeah, let's see what it brings, you know, that's the joy.
Mhm.
Just to, yeah, you never know.
You
It's,
never know. Exactly. You never know.
I mean, anything can happen for that sense, you know. It's the same with the meetings, you know, there's this idea to continue with the Tuesday meetings, but at the same time, you know, this can just simply stop and, you know, shift into the lack of that need or that joy
Oh
to,
no, sweetheart. I will make sure that you
wow,
will continue. I'll kick you in the ass.
She'll keep dragging you back, yeah.
I don't know why I love it. And it's so beautiful, like family. And I just love it. How we in a way. Yeah.
well, there is a certain dynamic to the talks, you know. Let's call it energetic, you know. There's a beauty in the coming together, either physically or, you know, on Zoom meetings. It has a certain, you know, shine to it. And there's definitely a love for all these beautiful, you know, characters joining. And yeah, so,
Mm.
you know, while saying this, you know, it bubbles up that there is, you know, the intents to connect. Like I said, it's 2 weeks ago, and you know, there's a curiosity what is happening with all the people, and you know, yeah. So
Mm.
let's see.
Alexis, sweetheart, I listened to you once talking about your dad,
Oh yeah.
and this was very interesting. Um,
Mm.
so tell me if it's okay.
Yeah, of
Tell us a
course.
little bit, how is it now with your dad? He was
You,
like,
mm,
he was in a way also interested.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, tell me. Tell us.
You can ask anything you want, by the way. Everything's on the table. Uh,
Yeah, because now you spent I guess Christmas with your family.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And yeah, okay. Yeah, go share a bit. I'm curious about your dad
yeah.
because yeah, he was wondering what are you doing actually there? People are
Yeah.
coming and yeah, what was it? Yeah.
Yeah, so a few months back, I moved here into this new flat, and on the same day, we went out for coffee a bit later on, once I'd moved all the stuff in. And as we were going to the cafe and we sat down and had a chat, he initiated a conversation, which was the first time he'd actually done that. And in the last few years, my dad took more of an interest in alternative things like yoga and Buddhism, meditation, uh, you know, things like that, which was unusual actually for him. You know, he was a very
What?
intellectual guy for a long time, very, you know, business orientated
Yeah.
or at least that's how it seemed. And, you
Yeah.
know, did this and that, but then he got interested in meditation and yoga and Buddhism. and then he initiated this conversation, and yeah, it was sort of taking an interest in what I'm doing because he was aware that I've been going to New York and California and being invited to these places over the world, and he was curious about that. What exactly is it
This
you're
must
talking
be
about?
this must be something my daughter is doing. It cannot
Mm,
be, it cannot be anything.
yeah, yeah. So he was curious. So I started to tell him about, how there's no real separation, there's no real solidified separate self housed in a body and this and that, and that's an illusion, and what has been exposed is an energy that is incomprehensible, it's boundless and free, sharing these sort of ideas and
Yes.
concepts from nothing is nothing to nothing. um, and then he sort of talked about Eckhart Tolle because he's into him, and uh, and talking about the now.
Well,
And
there
I
is
was like,
no now that, but sorry.
yeah, I said, I've read that book, so don't worry. I get it. Um, and we talked about like seeming differences between teachers and speaker. It's all nonsense, but we were just having a chat about this and that. And he was interested, he was listening, and I said, ultimately, everything is empty. I mean, this has been established by loads of different people of different walks of life. Not only was it seemingly claimed or discovered by the Buddha 2,500 years ago, the scientists, or at least the quantum and the physicists, are saying the same thing. So ultimately, whatever anyone believes or thinks is true, everything is ultimately empty. There's no actual substance to anything. There's no center, there's no thing, there's just what's happening. And that's not some sort of genius discovery. It's not anything special or remarkable, really. It's just all that is. Whether you believe in Brahman or Atman or consciousness or Buddha or Krishna or Einstein, it's all absolutely no thing whatsoever. You can wrap it up in any spiritual or scientific language you like, but that's ultimately all there is. Can't be named, can't be defined, can't be owned or known. So I said a few things like that. and
Oh,
and he was like, okay.
let me think about
And
it.
then I think he went off to think about it. Yeah, he did just that. Um, he didn't disagree, and I don't think he fully agreed either. But the thing is that there was no need for there to be an agreement or a disagreement. That's
No.
the beauty of this. There's no need, because what would need what to get this?
Yeah,
It's not a thing to be gotten. So that's the beauty of this, really. It's so free. So whether
exactly.
agreement, disagreement, belief, disbelief, resistance or resonance, or trying to get or trying to let go, it's all what is. There's just that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes.
Nice, nice.
Nothing
So the
else.
conversation went something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And is he still, in a way, chatting with you about this?
No, we don't seem to have had any more conversations about it, really. I mean, we spent 3 days together over the Christmas period, and that was spent mainly just playing games and laughing and watching films.
Cool.
That unless the questions are asked or initiated, it doesn't tend to get talked about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. And you have a brother,
Yes, I have two brothers actually, but one I spend, one I see every week pretty much.
and this one is also into this.
Well, he's interested. I'm not sure I would say he's into it, but
Okay.
we have conversations quite a lot about it, it would seem.
Okay.
How can anyone be into it, Rosa?
Ah.
Yeah.
You're so how is it
I-
called?
I'm joking, but it's funny because it's so
Give a shit when I'm talking.
no, I know, but these things, it's always so astonishing, because of course it's just language, but it,
Being interested in this. This was he is
but
also interested in this, what Alexis is doing. Yeah, why not? Of course.
oh yeah, well,
Yeah, he's intrigued. I would say he's intrigued by the unknowable nature of what's seemingly you know, happening, not really being talked about, but there's a, you know, he's taking an interest, but he's also resistant. You know, there's a bit of a play
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Interesting.
Sometimes he really thinks about it and listens and reflects, and then other times he's like, oh, not this nonsensical bullshit. Which is, you know, how it is for many. Uh, and we laugh about it anyway. I mean, when he says, you know, what you're talking is absolute shit, there's no taking any of it seriously. I mean, it's who cares?
My
In a
son,
way,
my son, by the way, is also saying this is total crap. I say,
yeah,
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
it's
I
an
love it.
unconditional nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So cool.
Yeah,
I love.
that's the
Yeah.
freedom, right? This is free to be whatever it seems to be or felt
Yeah.
to be, claimed to be, you know,
Yeah.
disagreeing, arguing, you know, saying it's all bullshit.
Mm.
Yeah, what a beauty, I would say.
Totally.
Sorry, Rosa, go ahead. You want to say something?
Well, no, I'm just, yeah, I'm just enjoying, I was I was thinking, um, I felt in a way very alone. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I was always in love with just this, whatever this is. And I could never express it. And I never found people in a way like friends also talking about this. And when I found you in a way, sweetheart, or just on YouTube, then people talking, it's interesting. It's there were also teachers talking about this or radical non-dual speakers, whatever. But this just felt, yeah, in a way, that's it. That's it. This is what I mean in more or less way. And looking now on my YouTube channel called This Booming Aliveness, or I don't know what it's called. It's in a way, what to say? It's everything. It's everything already. And I felt so, I don't know, I just feel so happy to know you, or also like with Alexis now, just chatting with you. It just feels so ordinary, normal. Uh, and it's such a good feeling for no reason.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. And for this, I'm very happy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's very nice.
Yeah, there is no need to find like people understand. There is nothing to understand, but nevertheless, there is a sharing. There is a similarity in something which is in a way a joke, but yeah, and I don't know. It's just cool.
Mm.
And I'm not going and convincing anyone here, my friends or blah. I'm just bum 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 bum, whatever. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's hard to
And Alexis, would you say that in a way what you're doing now with the channel, the meetings, the travelings and everything, it's in a way helpful?
No, not really. No, it's not helping anyone to get anywhere. It's not helping anyone to achieve anything. It's exposing what is already and what can seem to happen. And the emphasis cannot be put enough on the word seem. But what can seem to happen is just an unraveling of an illusory felt sense of a center simulation. Of course, there's no real cause and effect, so that's nonsense. It doesn't really happen like that, but it just seems like when there's a readiness, some sort of openness and a receptivity, an impersonal receptivity, that sort of agitated sense can just seem to wobble and fade or collapse. Of course, that's an illusory collapse. It never really happens. It's not really happening in the first place. But that's a kind of compassionate exposure of what is already not separate and not distant, already this, or already immediately what's happening. So it's a compassion, but it's not a helpful. I wouldn't use the word helpful because that sort of implies that it's helping someone to get somewhere. Even it's not even helping someone to fall away. It's a compassionate exposure that's pointing out what is already. Yeah, yeah. I mean, whether we call that help or compassion or not, it doesn't really matter. But there can seem to be this remarkable openness. Yeah.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
meant to be helpful either, right, Alexis?
No, with no intention to help, no
There's no
intention to
agenda of
change.
helping. No, exactly.
There's no intention to change anyone, to fix anything, to improve, to impress, to get going somewhere else. It's a timeless exposure of immediacy, which is already everything. Yeah.
Including
Um,
the sense, that it may be, there. Although I've seen in meetings that there may arise what seems to be the sense of this is helpful for me.
Right. Yeah.
Which is also just simply this, right? I mean, there's no way to avoid whatever seems to be happening as such. So although there is no, intention or agenda, to be helpful, that doesn't mean that, the sense of finding Alexis talks helpful may just simply happen
Mm.
until it
Mm.
doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
what is very obvious, for example, with both of you listening to you, is this, I would say here, this unconditionally what is, this unconditional love. It's everything already. And this is so beautifully on and on, like Alexis, when you do the Zooms and there are questions, there is just this response. Yeah, that's it. It's so beautiful. Like, sometimes it's more intensively shared. Very beautiful how it plays then. And I love this unconditional. It's not an embrace, but it's just like a total openness
Mm.
to no matter what idea is popping up, question. Well, that's it. And it's so beautiful that it hurts. Yeah,
It has
this
nothing
is
to do with accepting. I mean,
No.
no, definitely not.
Yeah. Nothing to accept or
or
nothing.
letting go,
Yeah,
or all those types of things.
yeah.
That's
Mm.
all teachings. It's all, talking to a person. This is
Mm.
never talking to any person.
Mm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, nothing needs to be accepted because it's already what's happening.
Yeah,
There's no one obviously to accept or to resist, but yeah, already what's happening is free to be what it is. So acceptance in that way is just a bit of a joke, really.
yeah,
And even a sense that something could be accepted is already out of anyone's control. Yeah.
yes, yeah. I mean, there's no one separate in any state of not accepting, able to move to another state. I mean, there's no one in any state, able to move from one state to another state.
Mm.
I mean, there's no one separated to let it go. There's no one holding anything. There's no one holding this.
Mhm.
At the
Yeah.
same time, believing that there are those who holding this, it's already unholdable in itself. There's nothing to hold. There's nothing to get or to lose.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, I would say that's just, the directness of whatever is or seems to be, including these words and sitting in a Zoom meeting and seeing two beautiful faces.
Yeah, beautiful. Sweethearts, okay. I would say, Alexis, would you please round it up here, our beautiful chat with a small with I love it. You're so boom, 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 boom. I'm just like stunned when you go with your intros. It's just like so fast. I don't know. I just what's just go, sweetheart, for let me choose a word. Um uh, let's go for freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah.
So you want this to say something about freedom?
Yeah, please.
All right. Well, essentially, what is proposed, suggested, and exposed is that freedom is everything. Freedom is not limited, it's not conditional, it's not finite, it's not separate, it's not distanced from anything, it's already everything. So there's nothing other than that. and therefore freedom can't be known, because freedom is all there is. Nothing to know freedom, nothing to own freedom, nothing to relate to freedom, just freedom. It's all and none. And that's everything. So freedom can appear to be bounded, can appear to be restrained and restricted. Freedom in this way is not an antonym to bondage or to confinement. That appearance, albeit empty, is freedom too. And this freedom has no edges, has no boundaries, has no inside and outside. So whatever is happening is this boundless freedom, not separate, not distant, not local, not anything. It's already everything. That's all. So wherever someone seems to be going, or so whatever seems to be happening, wherever I think I'm going or not going, or think I am or am not, is all this. It's all this immediate, distanceless, spontaneous, free-flowing yet directionless and timeless freedom already. That's all there is.
Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you,
Boom.
Alexis.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting
Oh,
and
yeah,
lovely to see you
sweethearts,
and
you just
speak.
make me happy. Thank you. This is so, so sweet. And Alexis, I wish you a lot of fun, enjoy the show, enjoy everything there. And it's always lovely to see you. Let's simply keep in touch, stay in touch. And Sander, thank you also.
Yeah, thank
Such
you.
a joy.
Rosa,
And
thank you, Alexis.
yeah. Okay, sweethearts.
All right. Love you.
I love you. And yeah, what to say? Just this.
Love you.
Take care, Alexis.
Bye bye.
You too, guys. You too. Much love.